What's up, everyone? It's Willette with Urbex and Coasters, and today I am at Prologis' Great America. Yeah, we're keeping that one going. Or Six Flags San Jose, whatever meme you want to go with. And yes, for those of you who are unfamiliar, the Six Flags San Jose meme from when I did those early 2000s era style videos right after the merger happened, yeah, it's a jab at the 49ers for calling themselves San Francisco. Definitely going to get lots of rides on Flight Deck and Railblazer today. I don't know how many we'll get on Gold Striker because there isn't as easy of a way to bypass the line / it being high capacity, which is the case with Flight Deck and Railblazer. There's an easy way to bypass the line if you're a single rider, and Gold Striker is the only one where there isn't as easy of a way to bypass the line, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Crowds look pretty light today, so shouldn't have too many lines anyway. So we're inside the park. I'm gonna try to do Gold Striker first because that's the ride I expect to get a line later in the day. On second thought, that's a pretty nasty line, so let's go do Railblazer and Flight Deck. We will get at least one Gold Striker ride today because since I do have the Prestige Pass, I do get a single-use Fast Pass. So in documenting the fall of this place, this is the former photo booth for Railblazer. Those are from Winterfest! Those are from Winterfest. You can see that they have started to fall apart a little bit, but those have not been used since when we were here for the last ever day of the last ever seasonal event that this park had. And looks like Berserker is also still decked out for Winterfest. Look at those lights on the building up there. And you bet we're gonna ride it. I freaking love Byron curves. You know, I hope I see a few more of these Byron curves in May. You know, it would be cool to walk the old rail line that was here at some point, like if they would allow that. I mean, I guess it kind of reminds me of Frontier Village, where like if I would be to walk it, where you've essentially got a rail trail that's an old amusement park's train ride. If I would be to walk the railroad track. So I don't know whether to say this is good news or whether to say this is, you know, a sign of like an urban explorer's knowledge of, you know, non-seasonal holiday decorations are one of the key signs of something being abandoned. But after the tunnel, so you go through the two loops on Demon. After that tunnel, you can see some decor from Halloween Haunt that's still here. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of good news that they still got the stuff here in case in the future someone was able to get their hands on the property and wanted to bring back those events with the Winterfest lights and the Halloween Haunt stuff. You know, it's good news that it's here, but at the same time, it's like, some of the places that I'm seeing it, it feels like I'm urban exploring, if you get what I mean. So as you can see, there's an empty seat on the compartment that I was sent to. We've got a little grievance here. I mean, I get it, that it's a balancing act for when you tell someone to wait for the next one versus when you tell them to load, but you know, I was literally the next person in line. It's not like I was just coming up as they were sending it, as they were already checking restraints. Like this ride, you wait in line, then you get sent to a holding pen to load, and then you board. So I was not at all like that, and then they still send an empty seat in the very compartment they send me to after they're already running the ride at half capacity. So, you know, we've got a grievance about this. You know, I guess it's just one more element of 6 fails over merger that we're looking at here. So I just did my single-use fast lane, and I'm just gonna say, people in the Gold Striker gifts, they were pretty helpful. They printed out a coupon for me. And then on these GCIs, they allow you to get to ride 3 times if you're a single rider. So that's a little hack to keep in mind for how to increase your ride count. I got some very back row ride. I got 2 very back row rides and a ride in row 10. But you know, yeah, pretty cool. And like, I mean, there's like a 2-hour line, and just having that prestige pass because I thought I would need that. I ended up with 3 rides. So I got 3 rides for the price of 1. You know, I wonder if Nano Coasters has the same model for Six Flags Great America and just changes the park name that's at the top there. I wonder if they literally do rinse and repeat with the same model. Well, that was just as forceless as it's always been. That does look to be new wood on that second drop though. So I guess that counts for something, I guess. Like, good news that they intend to operate these rides the next couple years, I guess. Really? I mean, you can see it's semi-freshly painted because, but then again, Patriot itself kind of needs a paint job, but just look at this. Got this machine completely off. Those still say Cedar Fair on them. So, an observation from everything I've seen here. They are doing 0 on-ride photos. And, you know, that makes 0 sense because, you know, how much does it cost to be doing on-ride photos? It doesn't cost that much, but, you know, they're not doing it because they want to artificially squeeze the park, it feels like. You know, I'm just gonna say, we have seen this movie before where things that normies spend useless things that normies spend money on get eliminated. It's called what John Fisher did in order to justify the A's relocation. So now, what you're seeing with this park is you're seeing Six Flags cut the things that normies spend money on that are ultimately useless, that cost the park nothing, especially in the tech age where you can have something tied to your phone and you can scan a QR code for your picture. You don't even have to do anything that crazy. The fact that they're cutting that, and when it doesn't even require staffing to run at this point, you know, that's very telling. Do not let Six Flags tell you that the park is not making enough money. Do not let them rewrite the story. They are actively sabotaging the park, and that is a fact. More Winterfest lights. They just never took them down. Huh. Well, you know, I've been saying I want a park frozen in time pre-merger. I mean, this is probably the closest I'll get is this park the next couple seasons. It sucks what'll happen after those next couple seasons, but, you know, this park is basically frozen in time pre-merger.